What's up, everyone? Chris Gio here, coming to you from my backyard and beyond the veil as well. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about stuff that may be coming up next week. I am not saying that anything's going to happen, even though I've been taken out of context many times before, and they've taken my statements and said these are Chris Gio's claims. So I just want to preface it by saying that, and I feel like I have to, unfortunately, because we live in the age of fact checkers, which are nothing more than propagandists. We saw with the Wuhan lab situation, for example. They debunked that. That was a debunked conspiracy theory. Never happened. Impossible that the virus would come from the Wuhan lab, but in actual fact, that's exactly where it came from. And the bat wet market theory is the true conspiracy theory there. But anyways, I should have shaved. I look kind of weird with a beard and goatee now. Anyways, I want to say hello to everybody. Next week, there has been massive talk about Orange Man coming back into office August 13th. I don't think that's going to happen. However, the mainstream media, DHS, everybody else has been on high alert lately. And there's article after article after article. Just type in Trump reinstatement into Google and you will find article after article debunking it. That's making me pay more attention to the idea. I didn't pay attention to any of the ideas before because I don't go along the lines of Q, as I've said before, but they're taking Q very, very, very seriously. And because they're taking him seriously, or it seriously, I also have to take the information seriously as well. Next week, it looks like, according to Telegram, there's going to be fireworks next week. And again, this isn't according to Chris Gio, this isn't what I believe. However, I am noticing several things happening simultaneously that are raising suspicion. Internet and phone calls here in Las Vegas have been shit. Internet and phone calls in Las Vegas have been shit. All across the board. I can't even call Cherie from the other room without the call dropping, without really bad service. We have Verizon. Internet, as far as mobile internet, has been really, really dodgy. I mean, not even dodgy. It's been slow as shit. And we have 5G out here. So we're supposed to be having the super fast hyper internet. Can't get Netflix to load. Cherie's computer died this morning, all of a sudden. Won't boot on, nothing like that. Don't know why. Simultaneously, TFRlive.com, which is the radio station that we have, all of a sudden stopped working. Everything's working on the server. When I log in as an admin, everything is working just fine, but something happened. There was some kind of hack. I found a username in there that was administrators that had admin access. And I check it every day. It wasn't there yesterday. So something happened this morning. Now, this doesn't affect any of our TFR members, so don't worry about anything like that. That's an isolated system in and of itself. I'm talking about the main TFRlive.com website, where the hosts log into. That site's offline right now. Everything's fine with the server. I've got some people on it. I talked to the support people. As I'm talking to the support people, their website starts to go to shit. I can't log in. The password reset is redirecting me to 404 errors. I can't log into the tech ticket to communicate with the people who are troubleshooting our website. Finally, they get their shit back online, but they start to get affected too. More and more websites are going down, and I don't think that it's the websites themselves that are going down, but the way the internet works is through hubs. So I'm broadcasting to you here from my house. That's going to the first server that's close to me. Then from there, it's going to another server and 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 going to another server, and then it's going to YouTube. Then when it finally reaches YouTube, it goes through a whole other series of servers like that, which are called hops, and goes to you. So when you connect to a website, you're not connecting directly to that website. You're connecting through a series of servers, which are owned by the ISPs, which makes VPNs very important. We don't have a VPN sponsor, even though I see a lot of VPNs of people on YouTube promoting VPNs. So VPNs are virtual private networks. What they do is they sit on your computer and they encrypt everything before going out. So they'll encrypt it in 128 or 256-bit encryption. 256 is the best. It's almost uncrackable. That will send whatever it is you're going to. Let's say you go to google.com, right? You have a VPN on your computer. It sends it through all those hops again. But what it's doing is it's sending encrypted information all the way to the hops, all the way to the VPN servers. And then the VPN servers are then sending through all the hops again out to the destination website. And then the destination website sending everything back to the VPN servers, and the VPN servers are sending everything back encrypted. And there's a decryption key on your computer, and there's a decryption key on the VPN. And any reputable VPN out there doesn't keep any logs. So they can't go back and say, this user was accessing this website at this particular time. But what it does is all of those hops between you and your destination, which are owned by the ISPs, it encrypts the data, and it doesn't allow them to see what websites that you're visiting. So I was just talking to a friend of mine, and she's having some medical issues, and she's like, I don't really want to Google this because I don't want to let the system know that I've got all these medical issues. And I'm like, well, they probably already know anyways, because they're spying on you with your phone and with the camera on your phone and all of that. They already know all of that. But try a VPN. But anyways, the point of this video at the end of the day is to say that next week looks like it might be gearing up for something big. And if we're getting website after website just systematically going down, it looks like they're testing out some kind of internet kill switch. Not just internet kill switch though, but telephone communication kill switches as well. So I'd like to know from each and every one of you how you experience any kind of weird internet things going on in the last week, 2 weeks. Let me know in the comments about them. Let me know in the chat about them. Let me know, what your experience has been. If there's any websites that you've noticed have gone down. Websites taking a long time to load. Normal websites like Netflix, for example, which will not play on our TV. Obama sits on the board of Netflix, as a matter of fact, which is why you'll never see the Obama deception on Netflix. But all these things happening simultaneously, I can't say that this is a coincidence. Cherie's computer is going to go down, TFR is going to go down, we're going to be experiencing all these connection issues, telephone issues, all this stuff. It's not our devices. Something's happening, and it's lining up with the week of August 13th, which is the date that Mike Lindell said that Trump was going to be reinstated. Now, he backtracked on that and said, well, no, maybe he won't be. But I know that I wouldn't be taking any of this seriously if they weren't taking it seriously. But DHS, mainstream media, everybody is taking this very, very, very seriously, even going so far as to have CNN ask a scripted question to Jen Psaki about Trump's reinstatement, and her answer was very scripted as well. She didn't circle back. Instead, she said, we're ready to combat any threat, and we're ready to continue governing, especially if this escalates. To the question of, what do you think about this conspiracy theory about Trump being reinstated? Is the deep state about to go down? Maybe. I'm not saying it will, because I don't know. All I know is that there's some weird stuff going on, so just wanted to deliver that message out to each and every one of you, and we'll try to do a live show a little bit later. But everything's been fucking up. Everything's been fucking up. So, kiss the one you love right now. You never know the last time it's going to be. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you're having any kind of weird internet situation. Oh. I saw a bunch of military yesterday too, driving around. I got that on video. I might do a live stream. A live show from the studio and play you that video. We've got Humvees driving around Las Vegas. Guys in military fatigues. You don't wear military fatigues off base. You don't wear military fatigues out of combat. You don't wear them in public. So we've got Humvees and military people, and I sat there and I followed them around for about 5 or 6 miles, and they were making all these weird turns to try to prevent people from being able to follow them. For example, I saw them at a gas station. I was at this corner here, so I had to come in like this. I couldn't make it into the gas station, so I had to go all the way, make another U-turn, make a U-turn, go into the gas station, pretend I was getting gas. I had my camera up, I was filming them. It was Humvees and military deployment units. It's those, they're like trucks that have a tarp over them where you can seat many military people. The Humvees had some kind of device on top of them. Maybe it was, what is that sound wave that they use in protests that emits the sound, based on frequency. I don't remember what it is, but it looked like it was that was on top of the Humvees. They were painted desert colors. They weren't painted camo. They were painted desert colors, so they were brown and tan. I follow them as they're leaving the gas station. I'm trying to stay a couple cars behind. I see them make a U-turn so they can go back and turn down the street. They make this U-turn, but instead of making the U-turn, they pull in. Two of them make the U-turn. Another one pulls into the parking lot across the street, goes around to the side, comes out of the other side of the parking lot, and re-meets the convoy out like that. While another one is sitting there blocking the traffic from everybody else doing everything. Maybe it was just a safety precaution. But the one that was moving through the parking lot was the one that they deployed the military troops in. That big truck. There were no troops in there, except for the drivers, which were wearing military fatigue. Why? We have some Air Force bases here, but they're not supposed to be out in public in their fatigues. Kiss the one you love right now. You never know the last time it's going to be. Maybe next week we'll see some fireworks. I don't know. The more I think about it, oh, how glorious the show will be. How glorious. Love you, and see you even further beyond the veil.